Hi folks, welcome to Crisco's Corner. Unfiltered commentary. Not your truth, the real truth. Please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thank you for your support. Welcome back. From the New York Post. Portland to cut trade. Travel with Texas amid abortion. Outcry. You know, I guess the city, the mayor, the city council is going to have an emergency meeting. Like there's a big, you have to do this right now to have the city council vote and have the mayor sign a travel restriction to all Portland city employees doing city business and anybody that does business for the city not to buy anything from Texas. Frankly, honestly, Texas could give two shits. I used to be a city councilman in upstate New York, and I would just laugh this off. And I was a Democrat back then. I'm not anymore, but I was a Democrat back then, and I would just laugh it off. I'm like, seriously? How much business does Portland do with Texas that Texas would give a crap? Unbelievable. I mean, this is virtue signaling at its finest. Let's read on. The city of Portland announced it intends to ban trade and travel to the state of Texas in response to the Lone Star State's new abortion law. Mayor Ted Wheeler, oh yeah, by the way, Ted Wheeler's that same genius that went out during the BLM peaceful protests and all the Antifa rioting. And as he was there, they started, small explosives were going off. And so he ran into a building like a coward with his security, and he was hustled out after they turned on him. And this is the same genius that lived in a condominium. And when the protesters / peaceful protesters / rioters took over the lobby of the building he lives in, this coward just took off and went someplace else for a while until they left. And so all the poor people lived in the building had to put up with the BS. What a great mayor. But you know what? In all fairness, you get what you pay for. They elected this moron. They re-elected him in November of last year. Okay, you know what? Those of you that didn't, I feel bad for you. That just means get the hell out of Portland. Anyway, I digress. Mayor Ted Wheeler announced Friday the city council intends to vote an emergency resolution. Emergency. Dun, dun, dun. I don't know if I have the right sound effects for that. Well, I'll have to get some. Emergency resolution Wednesday to stop the city's future procurement of goods and services and city employee business travel to the state of Texas. Ooh. The resolution will be in effect until Texas ends the law or it is overturned. It's not exactly clear what such a ban would look like. City legal counsel is currently evaluating the legal aspects of the proposed resolution a release from the city council said. If they called an emergency meeting, I've done legislation as a city council member. You would want to get, we call it here the corporation council. The city's legal counsel is the same thing. Give them a call and say, hey, guys, here is Ken. Hey, Ken, is this even legal? Or is it just BS and virtue signaling? That's what I would have said. Oh, here we go. I got to do this in my deep PBS voice. The Portland City Council stands united in its belief that all people should have the right to choose if and when they carry a pregnancy, and that the decisions they make are complex, difficult, and unique to their circumstances. I'm going to put a lot of sound effects in today. I'm starting to use them a little bit. Unbelievable. Look at this moron. New Texas law, SB 8, was signed by Governor Greg Abbott in May and went into effect last week after the U.S. Supreme Court declined to hear the case. It bans all abortions once a fetal heartbeat can be detected, which is typically about 6 weeks after conception and before many women are aware they are pregnant. Honestly, I'm the father of 2 children. When I was married, you get a pretty good idea of most women. Something's up. It bans all abortions once a fetal heartbeat can be detected, which could be about 6 weeks. Additionally and uniquely, the law, this is the interesting part. Additionally and uniquely, the law allows for private residents to bring legal action against anyone who assisted in terminating the pregnancy, including those who drive a woman to the abortion appointment. Citizens who win such lawsuits can be titled up to $10,000. That's really, really interesting. Really interesting. I love this. I love these protesters. My body, my choice. Except, of course, if you're getting vaccinated. Well, I'm sure I just did a buzzword for the algorithm, but I'm getting so badly shadow banned now. Who gives a crap? The law rewards private individuals for exercising surveillance control over others' bodies. It violates the separation of church and state. What the hell has the church got to do with anything? And it will force people to carry pregnancies against their will, the council statement said. How about this? Don't get pregnant in the first place. Portland City Council stands with the people who may one day face difficult decisions about pregnancy, and we respect their right to make the best decisions for themselves. The law sparked immediate outcry nationwide, and legal battles have already begun. Dun, dun, dun. On Friday, a Texas district judge dismissed a temporary restraining order against the anti-abortion group Texas Right to Life, which launched a whistleblower website asking for tips about abortions. Now, that person's right, by the way. Abolish abortion. It's not what it's right. Roe is unconstitutional. It never should have been done at the court level. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I'm doing this from memory. Roe versus Wade was in 1973. I was a junior in high school at the time. And I remember it passing. It was a big deal. That a constitutional right to have an abortion. It was a crappy legal decision. It has nothing to do with morals now. Morality, whether you're for it or against it. The court had zero business deciding that on a constitutional level. Had to be done by states. But it passed 5-4, barely, if I recall. On Monday, U.S. Attorney Merrick Garland, who, by the way, they think got screwed out of being on the Supreme Court, said the Justice Department would protect those seeking to obtain or provide reproductive health services. I love how they do that. Like they're passing out condoms. Under a federal law known as the Freedom of Access to Clinic Entrances Act. Nobody's stopping them from going in. Garland said in a statement that federal prosecutors are still urgently exploring options to challenge the Texas law, which means they can't figure out how to screw them over. Biden called the law almost un-American on Friday and pledged to work with the Justice Department to fight against it. Almost un-American. All the crap that he's done in the Justice Department, in the FBI, considering the so-called insurrectionists, they're really rioters that acted stupid, where you can be 8-9 months incarcerated, no bail, no charges. That's not un-American? My God, my God. I don't know why these people aren't, I don't know why the Supreme Court didn't step in and say, listen, either you charge them or you don't. The most pernicious thing about the Texas law, it sort of creates a vigilante system where people get rewards, and it just seems, I don't know, this sounds ridiculous, almost un-American, what we're talking about. Unbelievable. Now, I'll go back to my personal experience as a city council member. What in the world, harm or good, would it do to basically cut trade and travel with the state of Texas if you're the city of Portland? I don't know the size of the city of Portland offhand. I know it's a lot bigger where I live, 45,000 or so, about 190-something thousand in the county. It would be like I do $1 million worth of business in my business. And one of my customers who spends $10 a year in my business says, listen, if you don't go against the abortion law in Texas, I'm not going to do business with you. And I go, oh, okay, bye. I mean, how much business do they really do? And how the hell would a Portland city official have business in Texas? They're sure as hell not trying to convince businesses to move to Portland. That's for certain. The place is a giant crap hole. It's run by Antifa, not the local government. It's run by radicals. They're all bat crap crazy. So naturally, businesses aren't going to come there. The taxes are out of control. By the way, the eastern half of Oregon, basically the entire half of Oregon on the eastern side, voted to secede at a county-wide referendums. They want to leave Oregon. They want to leave this stupidity. Unbelievable. So what does this come down to, really? It's just simply virtue signaling. Look how righteous I am, and look how important I am. My God, my God. I'm sure that the city attorney would say on the QT to him, hey, guys, this is really dumb. I don't even know if it's legal, but even if it was, who cares? But he can't do that because word will get out that you're not a progressive and you will be excommunicated. It's crazy. It's crazy. Now, the first thing I would have asked, and I'll leave it at this because it's going a little long now. I, as a city council member, would ask the mayor's office, maybe not the city attorney, or maybe the mayor's office, some other departments, how much business do we do with Texas? Of the multi-million-dollar budget, I'm sure their budget's got to be hundreds of millions. How much business do we really do with Texas? Did we buy like a piece of software online that we could just download for $50? Who the frick knows? But it's interesting to see how much of their budget is actually spent in Texas and how many times a city employee on city business goes to Texas. It's virtue signaling, and it's so sickening, and it's so tiring, and it's so ridiculous. Anyway, folks, more of the progressive morons just showing everybody how wonderful they are. Until next time, goodbye and good luck.